Hello viewers, is it parliamentary capture, parliamentary sovereignty, or parliamentary supremacy? Today, I want us to focus on the manner in which different national assemblies are working all over the Republic of Kenya. In this case, we shall focus at the National Assembly, that is our parliament in Kenya. But before we do that, if you are viewing this channel for the first time, kindly press the subscriber button so that whenever we produce another video, YouTube will automatically notify you. This is a house of ideas. And for those who are already our subscribers, we thank you and we encourage you to continue watching so that you can gain from these ideas. Back to our discussion. Today, I want us to focus specifically on parliament capture. People have been talking about state capture, but today I want us to give some specific ideas that will enable our listeners, viewers, to understand what we mean by this parliament capture, not state capture for this time. We want to see how our institutions are working. I'll give about 10 reasons that may qualify or may propose that our institutions have been captured in various ways. More especially, a house that everyone in the Republic of Kenya puts his trust in has been totally captured in every manner in its endeavors. Initially, Parliament was immune. Even some of the members of Parliament who had committed some crime or who had spoken something which was against Nyayo, they could hide in Parliament even for 3 days. Because whenever you are in Parliament, no one will arrest you. No one will arrest you. And that's what is known as, or came to be known as, parliamentary supremacy. This provision is or was there so that the members of Parliament can be very free in expressing themselves on matters affecting the society. Even today, the provisions are there, but are members of Parliament expressing themselves with that immunity and that immune with the sovereignty, in addition to supremacy. I'll give 10 reasons as to why Parliament seems to have totally been captured, thus making it irrelevant to the needs of the society. 1. Parliament has been surrounded by cartels. Who are these cartels? These are power brokers. These are individuals with power. These are individuals who can even sometimes who are not even working in specific offices, like now the office of the deputy president or president. They don't work there, but they have immense power by trying to associate themselves with either the president or the deputy president or any other top government official. When they want something, they will tell you that we have been sent by the people at the top. And as a member of parliament, in most cases, they give in to these demands. So they are cartels. These cartels affect even the legislations of laws. Yes, where we have capitalists, they come with money, they will bribe their way, and they will ensure that all their interests have been included in the registrations of the laws. And in most cases, those proposals from them are very exploitative to the common person or to the mwananchi. So the cartels stroke capitalists will always be there, ensuring that laws are passed in their favor. And in case one of them is arrested or has been found having committed a crime, the chains moves to the courts of law. The case will never end. They will always have their ways out of the trouble. Second, we have the state capture, whereby the strings, the reins of power interferes totally with the working of the National Assembly. And this can be in several ways. If the state wants it is proposals to be passed in parliament, it can do it in several ways. One, it can intimidate some of its legislators. It can even sometimes buy their ways out, also buy MPs. They even can go ahead and capture some not to attend those whom it feels. The state is like a person who it feels that is going to put some proposals that may affect the registrations. It can even be captured. It can be paid and be told during that day, we don't want to see you there. The state can buy opposition members, in addition to rebel members within their party, so that they will have their punitive laws passed in parliament. Actually, today one can say that the National Assembly is just a department in State House, because they don't seem to be independent. There is that issue of a telephone call, whereby they say that things were moving smooth when we were passing this legislation, but when 1, 2, 3 people received the telephone call, everything changed. So status is very powerful when it comes to capturing individuals in National Assembly. Just even the gatekeeper in the at the State House, the secretaries, once they make a phone call to some of these officials, in the National Assembly, they are treated very special. And this changes the thinking way, the rational way of the members of parliament. So the state here is a key player in the capture of parliament. That we have political parties. No, some of these political parties will always defend their own, even if someone has committed something that is grievous, something that no one can accept. But for them, political parties, they always sweep their members and tell them, you don't have to listen out. You have to support. This is our own. And if you don't, if you will appear to be against, then you are likely to face disciplinary, party disciplinary action. So parties have also are one kind of party parliament capture. If you can take just a few examples of impeachment motions that have been going in the National Assembly and even in the Senate, you give the case of Monda of Kisii County, the deputy governor, and the case of the CS for Agriculture, Mithika Inturi, you will see different approaches given to these specific cases. The first one, it was the discussions were, or the debates were done in the plenary, that is in day broad right. And the other one, this of Mithika Inturi, the case or the discussions were done in committees, something that I can call midnight discussions, because the rulings are made by a few individuals for a number of MPs. So it becomes so difficult to know the rationale that they used to arrive at the conclusions. And in most cases, when they go for these committees, funds, money, intimidations are likely to exchange hands. Political parties also play a great role in these committees. So those are the two ways. We have the plenary and the committees. Committees in most cases seem to live in dark ages. Whenever you see there is a case in parliament that has been taken to a committee, know that there is a number of interests from cartels, from the state, from political parties who want to have the status quo maintained. That fourth, we have money. Capitalists, cartels, the state use money to influence these members of parliament. Ahmed Nasir the other day said there was some exchange of money, and that man is always speaking his mind, not buying from someone else. One of the MPs, I think, if I can remember, Waititu said how money was exchanged so as to have some of the plans executed in parliament. So this is also another kind of capture. It captures, money captures the mind of the members of parliament, and therefore they have no time to listen out, to check through the proposals before them. Greed. We have some of the members of parliament who did campaign so much so that they go to parliament and enrich themselves. When such individuals see an opportunity whereby they can benefit, of course, they will decide to go for money, wealth. The issue next is the issue of ethnicity. When I talk of ethnicity, it does not only refer to big ethnic groups. Even smaller ethnic groups do practice ethnicity in National Assembly. However, those bigger communities are the worst when it comes to this in capturing the National Assembly. This is done through maybe someone from their ethnic background has been found committed an offense. They will gang up and say that our own person is being targeted. We are being targeted because we are few people. The few people will say you are being targeted because you are just a minority. Leave our person alone. And that is maybe a person who has destroyed the country such that the next 5 to 10 years it will not wake up of the mess caused by that person. And those from the bigger groups, bigger ethnic groups, will gang up in the National Assembly and protect their own. Then if they can see the mistakes, they will always work against what is right. That is ethnic capture in parliament. We also have tenders. When a matter arises, like now we are having the issue of tax increase, whereas members of parliament are expected to rationally scrutinize the laws, some of them will go back and start looking at the opportunities. They'll make noise for some time, but they will draw back and start negotiating for those opportunities without caring the implications of those taxes. So tenders are also some kind of state capture in parliament. Another issue that has caused state capture in parliament is absenteeism. Serious matters are being discussed in parliament. We have more than 300 members of parliament, but you will find a handful members of parliament passing bills, crucial bills, which may otherwise not have passed if all the members were there. And as a result, we receive laws which are ineffective. Which are ineffective totally, whereby even one wonders whether the laws were passed by animals or human beings. What was the aim of those laws? Just because of absenteeism, people are there outside discussing about the bills at the funerals, churches, weddings, while those discussions needs them in the floor of the house where they are absent. This is another kind of state parliamentary capture. If you don't, if your MPs don't attend, if your MPs don't attend the proceedings of National Assembly and the bad rules are passed, then they have captured parliament. We also have threats from specific individuals. Threats doesn't only come from State House as many may think. Parliament capture, just as I have mentioned from the above, as many individuals who can cause a total disharmony, imbalance in the National Assembly. Therefore, such individuals, cartels, the state, political parties, need for money, greed, ethnicity, desire for tenders, and absenteeism in parliament, in addition to threats, is a big parliamentary capture. Under threats, one is threatened. If you vote in this manner, we will either not fund, government will not fund you some money. We will discriminate you from our community. We will go back home and say that you did vote against our own. We will send you away from our political party. And of course, those who will agree with those jargon rules are given money and many other things. And finally, we have ignorance. Members of parliament are in parliament, they don't care of the proceedings in the parliament, and they will ask from their friend, or they will listen to majority leader or their whip, what is the position. It's like they are in parliament waiting to be told where to vote. Thank you so much. Thanks once again.